action.
Hey, I'm Chris Riffis. I'm going to be talking today about the myofascial lines with my little friend Frankie here. First, we have the superficial back line. This nice green one right here. As you can see, it comes all the way down the back side of the spine to the sacrum and then to the ischial tuberosity. And it comes around and down the back of the leg and wraps around the bottom of the foot. As you can see, it's all in one. Okay, the main function of the superficial back line here, this green one, which we were talking about, is to support the body in a full upright extension and to prevent the body from curling over into a flexion state. And the main movement is to create extension and hyperextension. Next we have this pink line here, which is the superficial front line, and it comes down the front of the body here, touches to the pubic tubercle, and then starts again at the ilium, and it comes down the front of the leg, across the patella, down the medial part of the leg, and across the top of the foot. And the main function of the front line is it provides tensile support from top to lift those parts of the skeleton which extend forward by gravity, so the pubic symphysis, the rib cage, as well as the face. And the movement, it just creates flexion in the trunk area here, as well in the hips, and extension at the knees, and dorsiflexion at the foot. The lateral line, which is this bright green one here, it comes down here, attaches at two places, and it kind of makes an X across the ribs, and then it comes down the side here. There's two sides, and it comes down and it forms your IT band, or part of it, and it comes down and it goes across the top of your foot. The main function of the lateral line is to balance the back and front, bilaterally to balance left to right, also mediate forces among the other superficial lines. So it's as you can see, it's in between the front line and the back line, and it just adds a little extra support. It creates a lateral bend in the body, internal flexion of the trunk, abduction at the hip, and eversion of the foot. The last line that we're going to talk about is spiral line, which is this bright blue one right back here, and it comes down and down, and it goes from the ischial tuberosity and across and down the side of the leg, and then ends at the bottom of the foot. And as you can see, it is on both sides here. And we have it both in the front and the back as well. You can see in the front here where it kind of crosses right there. And it just kind of comes up the rib cage on both sides and then around to the back. Yeah, basically it wraps the body in a double spiral, which helps maintain balance in all places. And it's really cool because it'll compensate for imbalances. So if you're standing like this, that's kind of what the spiral line helps with. The movement part of the spiral line, it creates and mediates spiral rotations in the body, and an eccentric and isometric contraction to steady the trunk and leg to keep it from falling into a rotational collapse and fall down. The other thing that we're going to talk about is the front functional line and the back functional line. These are really cool. I don't have them on Frankie here, but it's really cool because they both kind of start in the leg area, and in the front functional line, they'll cross the pubic symphysis and they'll make an X, and it kind of ends up in this general area up here. And then same thing in the back, it starts at the legs and it crosses at the sacrum, and again it ends up in this general area here. And what's really cool about that is if Frankie here were to go kick a soccer ball, this leg moves back, then his left arm here is going to move forward and it's just going to follow through. It attaches, controls the latissimus dorsi, and a lot of the back muscles and a lot of the butt muscles. That's really cool about the functional lines. Cut.